Alright, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Crimson / Ross here, bringing you another YouTube video over Duel Links. And in this YouTube video, we are gonna be going over my deck list for the April 2023 KC Cup, and the deck I used to qualify or to max out on stage 1. And I'll show you guys the win rate and how it went. You can see I am max. I'm on an 8-game win streak. We're at an 80% win rate with this deck list, and I'll show you guys the deck. In case y'all are still playing stage 1, I found this deck to be pretty good, and y'all can see the win rate right here. As you can see, we're clapping. And at the end, I've got an insane replay to show you guys with the deck, the Kaiba one right here. But yeah, first let's get into today's deck list for the April KC Cup. Alright, and for today's deck list, we have none other than Timelords. And unless you've been living under a rock, you guys should know what Timelords do by now. But yeah, we'll go over the deck list and my ratios for picking what cards that I picked, or why I have certain cards over others. But yeah, let's get into the deck list. First, I have 3 Cephalon, the Ultimate Timelord, because I want to see this card in my opening hand in case my opponent gets rid of my Timelord trap. Because if you didn't know, the skill Empty, Infinite, and Infinite Light, it has an effect where if your opponent gets rid of one of your Timelord traps and you have a Cephalon in your hand, which most of the times you should because you're running 3, you get to send, you get to reveal a Cephalon in your hand and send 10 Timelords to your graveyard from outside your deck. And you basically get to summon Cephalon for free, and Cephalon's effect allows you to summon another Timelord from your graveyard to your field for free, but its effects are but in return you have to negate its effects. Very good effect. It lets you with the grind game. And yeah, and it's generally very hard for your opponent to deal with 2 4,000 attack beaters. So yeah, 3 Cephalon because I want to see it in my hand in case my opponent, like, you know, Mystical Space Typhoons my Timelord traps, so I have follow-up. But yeah, 3 Cephalon is entirely for the skill. 1 Zophion because obviously you can only get 1. It's very good for backrow removal. It essentially forces the backrow to activate for my opponent. 1 Sandion because the 1000 burn damage is nice, and it has 4000 attack. You can summon it pretty easily if you go second. If your opponent has a monster. But yeah, Kamion I have 2 because its effect comes up every now and then. Basically, what Kamion does is if it attacks, you get to I'm not sure if this... No, it's non-target removal. Basically, if this card attacked, I'll show you. You get to shuffle 1 card your opponent controls into the deck, non-target, and if you do, they take 250 damage. The damage is nice, and neither player can activate cards or effects in response to Kamion. Very good card for a generic non-target removal. Raffion is basically a magic cylinder on legs. Very good for racking up damage quickly. I have 1. Because you only really need 1. Michion, very good for cutting your opponent's life points in half. 2 Time Maiden because I feel like 3 is a little bricky. Advanced Draw, I have 3 because you want Time Lords in the graveyard for your traps. And for my limit 3 back row, I just have a generic removal, 2 Compulse, and 1 IDP because it does come up often, as you guys will see in the replay. I actually won due to the Ice Dragon's Prison. So 2 Compulse because of good removal and 1 IDP. And 3 traps, 3 Infinite Light because I want to see this in my opening hand. Because if you see Infinite Light in your opening hand, you essentially won the game. Because you essentially want to activate this as soon as possible. And Infinite Machine because I want to see it in my, because it's good for getting your combo started without the skill. But yeah. Or in case your opponent has Mystical Space Typhoon and they get rid of the one with your skill, you have another one. But yeah, that's the deck list. The extra deck was irrelevant in my KC Cup climb to max. I never used the extra deck once, but I just have a generic rank 10s. But yeah, we've got the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Liba, number XX, and like I said, I never used these. It's just kind of irrelevant, just kind of whatever you want to throw in there. The deck works fine without an extra deck, but yeah, that's the deck list. I went 8-0. I mean, yeah, 8 wins, 80% win rate. As you guys can see, we are KC Cup Max Stage 1. But yeah, the thing with Time Lords is that it's kind of contingent on your opponent not having Mystical Space Typhoon when you activate the traps. But yeah, once you get your traps going, it's really hard for your opponent to win the game. But yeah, that's the deck list, and let's get into the replay. If I can find it here. Yeah, versus Alex. And I'm going to show you guys, this replay was insane. Enjoy the replay. And he was on a 10-game win streak.
Defeat is your only option.
And he was on Blue Eyes.
I will annihilate this world to create a bright future.
Fine. I have a few minutes to spare.
Duel!
My turn. From my hand, I activate a spell. From my hand, destroy the darkness. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Alright, and he starts off by summoning his Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's nothing new in Blue Eyes decks. He does have the Ancient Rules.
Here it comes. I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect.
Alright, searches Master with the Eyes of Blue.
Come on out. Synchro Summon. I activate my monster's effect. Destroy the darkness. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So here he has 2 beaters on the field. So he has a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon on the field, and I know that this card can tag out into another Blue Eyes, so I don't really bother
I
with
end
it.
my turn.
My turn.
Make your move.
I draw. Let your eyes see the infinite power of the Time Lords.
Alright, we're gonna use our skill. We're gonna, he has no back row, so we're gonna pitch Zophion for our skill.
I activate my continuous trap. Empty machine. I activate empty machine's effect.
Alright, activating empty machine.
I'll set a card.
Setting infinite machine.
Carmion the Time Lord. It's time to battle.
Now, the reason I summoned a Kamion over my other Time Lord, Rothion, is because Rothion doesn't really get me too much advantage here. I mean, the damage is nice, but I don't get like much mileage out of it. So to deplete him of his resources, I summoned the Kamion because I like the non-target removal.
Carmion the Time Lord attacks. Since Carmion battled, its effect activates. One of your cards returns to the deck, and you take damage.
Now, I know this Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon can tag out, so I don't bother with it. So instead I choose to get rid of his vanilla Blue Eyes White Dragon, because I'm trying to make him go minus in terms of resources. Alright.
You have to try harder than that. Ah, here it comes.
Alright, Spirit Dragon tags out into Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. And that does mean he is now untargetable.
What a mistake. I activate my
end my
monsters
turn.
of my turn.
And we're just gonna pass.
I draw.
I activate empty machine's effect.
I activate my monsters effect.
Now, this is very good. The fact that I have Cephalon in my hand is because I'm trying to play around him summoning what's it called? Dragon Spirit of White and removing one of my back row traps. So you guys are going to see in a minute why Cephalon in my hand is very good for my skill.
The light from my dragon erases the shadows. Let's go, Blue Eyes.
Alright, he's going to re-summon his Blue Eyes from the graveyard. That's fine.
Show yourself. I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. I activate my monster's effect. Emerge, Dragon Spirit of
And there it
Light.
is, Dragon Spirit of White, as I predicted. Now, he's probably gonna try and remove one of my back row traps. If I was him, I would get rid of the Infinite Machine.
Dragon Spirit of White's effect activates.
I'll get rid of empty machine to activate infinite machine.
Now, I activate it in response, and that doesn't really matter, but I just I'm trying to thin the deck a little, so yeah, that's the only reason I activated it in response, so I don't draw into my infinite lights, and also so I get my Rothion back from the graveyard.
I set a card.
I end my turn.
My turn.
Now, it's at this point that I can use the second part of my skill and send 10 Time Lords from outside my deck to the graveyard, and essentially summon the Cephalon for free.
I draw. Carmion the Time Lord's effect activates. This card returns to the deck.
Kamion goes back to the deck, that's fine, we don't really need him right now.
Bow before your superiors. Beyond the light of the Time Lords lies the true secret, where emptiness transforms into the infinite. Cephalon, the ultimate Time Lord. Time Maiden. I tribute Time Maiden to activate her effect. I add a Time Lord in my deck with 0 attack points to my hand.
Alright, we tribute the Time Maiden, so we have the Rothion as future follow-up.
Learn just how powerless you are. I activate Cephalon, the ultimate Time Lord's effect. Gabrion, the Time Lord.
Now here, it doesn't really matter what Time Lord I summon with Cephalon's effect, because in the end, it's just going to be a 4,000 attack beater with its effects negated. So I just summon whichever one that I liked more, Gabrion.
It's time to battle.
And we're just going to swing.
Attack. Gabrion, the Time Lord, attacks. When Gabrion the Time Lord battles, its effect activates. All cards on your field return to the deck. Then you draw the same number of cards you returned.
And Gabrion's going to activate, but as I said, its effects are negated.
I end my turn.
My turn. I draw. Here it comes. I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect. Emerge, Dragon Spirit of White.
And it's very good to have my Infinite Light here, because I'm essentially trying to bait him into wasting his Dragon Spirit of Whites.
Dragon Spirit of White's effect activate.
Alright, he banishes my Infinite Light, that's fine.
Xyz summon. I activate my monster's effect.
Now, I'm not sure why he went into the Galaxy Eyes package. I guess he's just trying to get rid of Cephalon.
I activate my monster's effect.
But unfortunately for him, he cannot make any more direct attacks because he used Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon's effect.
The souls of my dragons guide a new one to me. Come on out. Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon.
Alright, he's gonna summon his Alternative White Dragon.
Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon can destroy your monster.
Alright, he pops my monster, and it is gonna be destroyed because Gabrion's effects are negated. But as I said, he can't make any direct attacks on me for this turn because of Galaxy Eyes' effects.
Come on out. Link summon.
Alright, he chooses to link off my Cephalon, which is smart. He's trying to get rid of it into a Brute Enforcer.
Let's battle. I activate my monster's effect. Destroy the darkness. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Alright, he summons another Blue Eyes. That's fine. We're still in a good position here.
End my turn.
My turn.
Make your move.
I draw. I banish Time Maiden from my graveyard to use her effect. She special summons a Time Lord with 0 attack points from my deck. Meteon the Time Lord.
Now, here I could have summoned Raffion, but I chose not to because we are trying to play around the future Karma cut. I know he has it, just I'm trying to play around it in case he top decks it.
Time Maiden. I tribute Time Maiden to activate her effect. I add a Time Lord in my deck with 0 attack points to my hand.
Right, we add the Kamion for future follow-up.
To battle. Meteon, the Time Lord, attacks. Take Meteon, the Time Lord's effect. If this card battled, your life points are halved. What can you do? You have very few life points left.
It's not over.
I end
My
my
turn.
turn.
I draw. I activate my monster's effect. Special summon. Show yourself. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Let's battle.
And as I said, I'm also playing around the Twin Burst Dragon, so that's also why I'm not summoning all of my Time Lords all at once, because he's just gonna banish it if he brings out the Twin Burst Dragon, which he correctly does.
Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Burn everything down. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon banishes your monster. I'll blow you away. With this, you lose. I've had enough of your tricks. I end my
And we
turn.
take the 1600 from Brute Enforcer, and unfortunately, since he banished Michion, I don't get its effect.
There is no hope. I banish Time Maiden from my graveyard to use her effect. She special summons a Time Lord with 0 attack points from my deck. Camion the Time Lord. I'll set a card.
Now, to stop him from banishing my cards, we summon Camion. Non-target removal, so he can't activate Twin Burst Dragon in response and banish me.
It's time to battle. Camion, the Time Lord, attacks. Since Camion battled, its effect activates. One of your cards returns to the deck, and you take damage.
Alright, there's his Burst Dragon gone.
Pay you back.
I end my turn.
And we set Compulse and Pass.
I draw. You'll pay for this. I end my
Now,
turn.
he sets a face down and passes. That's most likely going to be a Karma Cut, so I'm just going to play around it.
There is no hope for this world. I draw. Camion, the Time Lord's effect activates. This card returns to the deck. Camion, the Time Lord. I'll set a card. With this battle, you will kneel before your superior.
Alright, we summon another Camion and another Compulse, and we're going to swing into his Brute Enforcer and pass.
Camion, the Time Lord, attacks.
Now, I'll use my set card.
And there it is.
I activate a trap.
And there's the Karma Cut as I was trying to play around. So that, we're fine here. We have double Compulse.
I end my turn. It's
So
your
all my
turn.
Camions are gone now.
Come on out.
We're still fine though.
I summon a monster. I activate my monster's effect.
Alright, he adds another White Stone of Ancients. That's fine.
From my hand, I activate a spell. I activate my spell card, the Melody of Awakening Dragon. I activate my monster's effect. Emerge, Dragon Spirit of White.
Now he does bring back his Dragon Spirit of White, and here it doesn't really matter which card he tries to banish, because we will activate it in response. Because I just have double Compulse set. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which back row he targets.
Dragon Spirit of White's effect activates.
But yeah, he targets the left one. We're just gonna activate it in response.
At this moment, this is the card I set.
Feast your eyes on this.
And unfortunately, that does let him activate Ultimate Dragons.
I activate my monster's effect.
So now he has the polymerization from outside his deck. We're still fine though.
My spell card, polymerization. There's no preparing for this. I fusion summon. Behold, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Man, what a duel this has been. So now he brings out the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and this is essentially just a 4500 attack beat stick, and we're fine here because we have another Compulse set.
I'll play this.
Alright, get rid of that.
See how much stronger I am than you. I'll blow you away.
Alright, we take the 16.
You lose. You'll pay for this. I end my turn.
The sliver of a chance you think you have isn't real. My turn. I draw. I set it. Raphael, the Time Lord.
Now I want you guys to pay close attention to the card that I just set. It's the one of the Ice Dragon's Prison. This is gonna come up later, but yeah, we're just gonna summon Raphael because I saved it until the end because this is essentially a very good finisher. But yeah, we're gonna attack into him, rack up a little bit of damage.
With this battle, you will kneel before your superior. Go! But since Raphael battled, take its effect.
I'll get you for this.
And as I said, Raphael is just Magic Cylinder on legs. So he has 75 life points left.
If you believe you can change the future, defeat me. I end my
It's
turn.
my draw. I've had enough of your tricks. I end my turn.
Now, he sets a face down, and I'm pretty certain that that's another Karma Cut, because that's usually what they play in Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. So, we're just going to play around it. We have the Ice Dragon's Prison, so we're fine here.
So that's the strategy you want to use against me. I draw.
So all we have to do here is top deck a Time Lord, and we pretty much win.
Raphael the Time Lord's effect activates. This card returns to the deck.
Alright, Raphael is going to activate, go back to the deck, that's fine. And I couldn't have asked for a better top deck. And that's the reason I run 3 Cephalons, because you want to see it in your opening hand, and it's very good for end game follow-up when you're out of resources.
Beyond the light of the Time Lords lies the true secret, where emptiness transforms into the infinite. Witness my true power, the essence of all. Cephalon, the ultimate Time Lord.
Now, if I'm correct, and his back row is indeed a Karma Cut, he has to use it on Cephalon, or else I'm going to use its effect and, call up a Time Lord from my graveyard, and it's going to be bad news for him. So, he has no choice but to Karma Cut me here. If he doesn't, he loses. So let's see if I'm correct about his back row.
What a mistake.
And sure enough, I am
flip
correct.
over my set card.
It is a Karma Cut.
I activate a trap.
And unfortunately for him, we did play around it, so...
This is the card I set. I activate a trap.
And if you don't know what Ice Dragon's Prison does, you get to essentially take control of one monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to your field, but negate its effects. And then you have the option of banishing a card on both fields that are the same type. You don't have to banish, it's just an extra option if you want to take it. So it's essentially like Snatch Steal, but like not really.
Watch this. I special summon a monster.
So here I take his Blue Eyes White Dragon because it has the highest attack points at 3,000, and I know he doesn't have back row, he has no hand traps, and his only monster is the Brute Enforcer, and I know I can win the game.
With this battle, you will kneel before your superior. Whatever hope you had is gone. My monster attacks.
And if you didn't know, Ice Dragon's Prison does not restrict you from, attacking with the monster you took. Unlike Crackdown, you can still attack with the monster that Ice Dragon's Prison, stole from your opponent. So, in the end, we take his Blue Eyes White Dragon, and he has no more back row left, so we're essentially free to attack his Brute Enforcer and win the game. And which we do.
Enjoy this for now.
Summoning synchro monsters is useless against my Time Lords.
And there you have it. There you have it, my dudes. That was the definition of a perfect duel. Like, it was crazy. It was back and forth, like, with both sides gaining the advantage. And in the end, we did manage to go on an 8-game win streak and pull it back and, win the game. But yeah, here's one final look, and in the end we both gave each other a nice, because as I said, it was a very, very good duel. Like, I'm gonna keep that replay forever. But yeah, you guys see the win rates with the Time Lords in the April 2023 KC Cup. We went 8 wins to we went 8 straight wins to max out. So yeah, Time Lords. So yeah, the deck works. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. We're still trying to grow the channel. We're still fairly new, and yeah, join the Discord. Everything's down in the description. Follow on Twitch, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.